Right guys, we have got a problem. Right, so welcome back guys, thank you for joining me again, and as you can see just behind us, I've put up the rules for this save. I refreshed them, I spoke about them in the first episode, but the big thing that has just happened, bullet point number 3, jobs offered by higher reputation clubs must be accepted. So let's get that off the screen, and here we go. So Salford City have approached me. Now, obviously, with the way we've been playing and the form that Portadown have been in, it was inevitable that somebody was going to approach us. Now, the problem is, and I am really concerned about this, is it's all happening a little bit too quick. Now, we'll talk about Salford shortly, but Portadown in second place, we were well above expectations. You know, a top 6 would have been a massive overachievement anyway, but if I go to Salford and say we do a decent job and I get us promoted or I get us into playoff places and my stock continues to rise, then the chances of me getting a job in Northern Ireland again are going to be slim to none. Now, I can apply for jobs in Northern Ireland, but it could be that the fees are too much or my reputation's too high, or they're not convinced that I'm going to stay with the club long enough, or I'm making a mistake, or whatnot, you know, etc, etc. But I have got to leave. That is the problem, you know. There is no doubt about this. I've got to go. I've got to accept the offer, but it is with a heavy heart. It happened with Druids. Obviously, with Druids was a little bit different. I was trying to get out of there, and I was trying to move. I'm not actively trying to get out of Portadown. I'm enjoying being there, and if I'm honest, Linfield aside, anyone can beat anyone in that league. I think Linfield, although they've had a shocking start to the season, and we had the Moodmere point, I still think they're going to win the league, even though Larne are pulling away. They have lost a couple of games between episodes, so you know the gap is smaller. But I just want to talk about how we're doing in the league. So as you can see here, we've played 23 games, 14 wins, 4 draws, 5 losses, 37 goals scored, 19 conceded, plus 18 goal difference, 46 points on the board, 6 points behind Larne. We leave Portadown in a similar position to we left Druids. The one big thing for this as well, when we look at the schedule, yes, we've had that game against Cliftonville, we won 2-0. We'll talk about that shortly. However, I have got a cup final against Larne, or I did have a cup final against Larne on the 15th of February, and it was an opportunity for another bit of silverware. I'm absolutely gutted, I really am. I'm proper gutted that we've got into a position where I could have been potentially trying to take that Northern Irish title after being in the league 18 months, and it's just not going to be. I'm just going to have to keep an eye out, see what we can do with Salford. Now, with Salford, however, the thing is with that, is this is going to give my reputation a massive boost. You can see there, like my wages, they're going to give me 1.3k per week. What am I currently getting paid at the minute? So contract-wise, I'm on £475 a week. I've got a Continental C licence, my reputation's National 2-star, but I think when I go here, you know, it's going to take a massive bump. And my transfer budget's 1.1 million. I've got a wage budget of 69k. What's my wage budget here? £7,000 a week. So, you know, I would be mental not to take the job anywhere. But like I say, my hands are tied. I've got to accept the job. But if that job come around and we were languishing in the bottom half of the table, I would be buzzing. I'd be doing backflips. I'd be absolutely ecstatic that I've been given this opportunity. But I think I've been given this opportunity because we're just playing out of our skin with Port. So let's just have a look at Salford for a minute then. So I've been offered a job. It's a 1-year rolling contract, 1.3k per week. And I replaced ex-manager Gary Bauer. Now, Gary Neville there, managing director, he's the man that's offering me this opportunity. Now, club culture-wise is to play attacking football, to play entertaining football, play high-tempo pressing football, and to play direct football. A 5-year plan is to work within the wage budget, as it is with everyone. I've got a maximum 1-year contract for players over the age of 32. We won't be signing players over the age of 32, and we need to expand the stadium. Now, we're currently in League One, where they're expecting us to reach the playoffs as a bare minimum. We need to reach the FA Cup third round as a minimum, reach the second round of the EFL Cup as a minimum, and in the EFL Trophy, reach the second round as well. Now, next season, if we don't achieve that, we need to gain automatic promotion to the Championship and attempt to remain in the Championship, and that is all I want, to just continue to remain in the Championship. Now, that is big for Salford. So when we have a look at Salford then and have a look at where they are in the league, they're currently 8th place in the league. As you can see there, they've played 26 games, 14 wins, 3 draws, 9 defeats, 35 goals scored, 30 conceded, a little bit of a worry, plus 5 goal difference, 45 points on the board, the 1 point outside the playoff places, and we have got 2 games in hand on Plymouth. So a real big opportunity for us there to push ourselves into basically the top 3 with a couple of wins. You know, we could even get ourselves into the automatic promotion places if we can hit the ground running. So it's exciting from that side of things, but yeah, it's with a heavy heart that I will be leaving Portadown. So squad-wise for Portadown then, are there any players that I would want to take with us? Dominic Hamilton is a player that's followed us around. I don't think he's good enough to be in League One, but you never know. But Norega is probably the player that I think if I took him with us, he would continue to develop. 18-year-old star player, valued at 110k. You know, I'm not going to pay that naturally. Portadown aren't going to get 110k for a player. I've been given £1 million to play with, so I might go in and I might take Norega. Who knows? And we might see him like drop into the first team. He may not even go into the first team. He may go into my reserves. He may go into the under-18s. Who knows? But yes, that's enough talking. You know, we've done some really good stuff with Portadown, and like I say, with a heavy heart, absolutely gutted. I'm going to start negotiations here. Let's see if I can push for a bit more money, eh? Why not do that? I've been offered a 1-year contract. You think I'll get more than that? Let's go. Suggest terms? No. But they have given me 1.5k, so buzz me with that. But they won't give me any. It's a 1-year contract. I don't like that at all. But I suppose it's 18 months, really, isn't it? I'm taking over in January, and that's the big thing. I'm taking over in January, and it's a transfer window, and I can start a overhaul of the squad straight away. So there we go then. Let's move on. And all the flashing lights, and we're all done as Salford City hire Bocelli in a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate. Craig Bocelli has left Portadown to join Salford. There you go. But that bit, Bocelli arrives with a record of 97 wins, 40 draws and 34 defeats in his career. He's also won a league title and 3 cups. His first game in charge will be against Huddersfield in the FA Cup. So we got an FA Cup game to start off. Bocelli will face pressure to bring immediate success to the Peninsula Stadium. Having stepped up from his previous standard to take sole charge, and will now need to hit the ground running if he's to win over those who believe his appointment is a questionable decision. Forget about it. It's a quality decision. And there we go. And so reputation is 2.5 star. The reputation of Portadown was 1.5 star. So I was always going to leave for a high reputation club. Anyway, Gary Neville obviously welcoming me to the club. The media prediction is an 8th place finish. And it's a club which is currently enjoying its best spell of success. So there we go. They've just recently been promoted from League 2 to League 1 as well. And then when we're looking at my team report, my best 11, then took King, my goalkeeper. He's very good. Wowzers, look at him. Tom King, 29-year-old, 6'4". We'll have a look at these players in more detail. What about my striker, Pitchford then? So he's on loan from Southampton, finishing 9. Not ideal. But yeah, that's obviously playing my current formation as well. Obviously, we spoke about the club culture and the vision, and I will have a press conference at some point. So there we go then. Bocelli takes charge at Salford is the headline. Salford players in last year of contract. Wow, we've got plenty of players that are in the last year, even within basically the last 6 months of the contract. Playing time expectations, we've got a couple of fringe players and squad players. But Salford Youth Intake Preview, there's an excellent group of players coming through, so that's a nice thing to walk into. At least one of our goalkeepers is a great prospect. Competition expectations. Am I out of any competitions? I am. I'm out of the Carabao Cup already. I was knocked out in the second round by Wolverhampton Wanderers, and I didn't get to the Papa John's Trophy. We didn't even get out of the Northern section there. So I've got the FA Cup, and I've got the Sky Bet League 1, but I am hopeful. I'm optimistic about our chances there to at least get into the playoff places. But that 1-year contract does worry us that I may get 18 months and then I'm going to be out of a job. So looking at the finances of the club then, here we go. So we've got 142k in the overall balance. I've got nearly 1.1 million of transfer budget to spend. I've got 90% of transfer revenue coming in. And my wage budget is 69k and we're currently spending 68k. What about debt and loans then? Nothing going on there, and that's a good place to be. Development centre-wise, then I've got 2 players. Alex Bell, who could potentially move up. Central midfielder. Decent, 17-year-old. We may look at getting him out on loan. And then Fraser Davenport as well. He is good. He's very good. 18-year-old, 2-star with potential ability. 4.5 star. I do like him. Has he been anywhere? We got him from Chester on a free transfer. He's already played 4 times for this season with 2 goals. I'm actually going to push him into the senior squad. So move him to the senior squad. Let's get him in around about and see what we can do there. So having a look at the squad then and players that I may potentially want to move on. 2 highest valued players are both loan players, but Adam Phillips then, let's have a look at him. So 26-year-old Englishman, central midfielder, currently valued up to £2 million. Current ability 3.5 star, potential ability 4 star. He's been with us 3 seasons. We got him on a free transfer from Burnley. So a decent player. Didn't play any games in the Premier League though, but yeah, went out on loan at Morecambe for a couple of seasons and Accrington Stanley as well. So we'll introduce ourselves to the squad shortly. But before that then, let's have a look at the squad dynamics. So team cohesion is very good, club atmosphere is average, and so is managerial support. Now when I went to Portadown, everybody hated us. Is that the same here? Nobody supports us, nobody opposes us. I've got 24 players that have no real opinion of us. Should we do a team meeting? So here we go then. Positively, I'm going to say, I know that many of you may not have heard of me, so I wanted to personally introduce myself to you as the new Salford manager. Who are you again? I'm not sure. A manager with your low profile is best suited to the role. Shut up. Who's that? Jordan Shipley. I'm not going to make any promises at the minute. I'm happy with that. Let's talk about our targets for the season then. I want us to aim to get promoted as champions. That's not going to happen. I want us to aim for a playoff place because we're definitely good enough to do that. They're satisfied with that. Brilliant. That's what I wanted to hear. And I think we can carry on our run the FA Cup and end up reaching the latter stages. All I require from you is at the FA Cup is to give a good account of yourself. That's fair. Brilliant. That's what I want to hear. And that is that. So the conversation appeared to have a positive effect on players. Has it changed anything? Absolutely not. But then finally then, before we get into that game, in fairness, against Huddersfield Town, let's have a look at the squad depth and areas that I potentially need to improve. So up front then, the best striker at the club is Joe Pigott with 16 finishing. He's 31-year-old now though. How's he doing this season? So he joined us on a free transfer from Ipswich. He's played 17 times, scored 3 goals. Striker he is as well. Shipley's the best midfielder left. That's the guy who's just had a go at me, innit, and says he doesn't know who I am. He's been there going, who are you? Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it, Mr. Shipley. And then we've got Adam Phillips. He's basically the best central midfielder and out on the right-hand side as well. At the back, we've got Ibu Toure, who can play out on that left-hand side. He's a Gambian, 30-year-old. He's decent. But the thing is, the players that I've been working with, all of these players are a massive upgrade. Joe Rafferty, 31-year-old Irishman. Decent. What about my centre-backs then? So both my centre-backs as well. O'Connor, he's good. Obviously, that head in the 10 isn't great, but a 19-year-old, he's quality. Where's he from? Stoke. And then Blackmore as well, equally good. He's on loan from Swansea, valued to £11 million. And we've seen my goalkeeper. So there we go. Tactically, what do I do? Do I stay with the 4-4-2? I'm going to load that Portadown tactic in. Let's pick it up and let's see where we go. So we're going to go again with the 4 in defence, 1 anchor man with 2 midfielders, 2 wide men and a striker. For the time being, we may end up going to 4-2-4 here, but I just want to get my foot in the door. This is probably the most stable tactic that I've got, and it's the one that's the most balanced. Obviously, we're going to play in a balanced mentality as well, playing tick-attack of football. But yeah, let's get into that game against Huddersfield then. So we've done a slight introduction to the team, but we'll get to see them in action now in the FA Cup. Right, so here we go then. The first game in the Salford dugout against Huddersfield. We are away from home as well. As tactically then, like I say, we're going to set up with that 4-3-3. We're going to go with King and goal, Toure, Blackmore, O'Connor and Rafferty at the back, with Turnbull in the holding role, with Shipley and Phillips in the middle, McElney and Morris out wide and Pickett up front. So we've looked at the majority of these players. Have we looked at Rafferty? I think we did have a quick look at him, 31-year-old Irishman. We've looked at the majority of the midfielders, but then let's have a look at Jordan Turnbull, 30-year-old. One thing I will say, we've got players that are now in the prime as well. Yes, 29, 30, 31-year-old players. We've got Morris out on that right-hand side, again, 33-year-old. And out on the left-hand side, we've got McElney, 32-year-old. So yes, I've got a lot of work to do here to bring some youth into the squad. And we've obviously got Pigott up front, 16 finishing. That's why he's starting today, but he hasn't got the pace or acceleration at 8 apiece. So what's been said in the social roundup then? Paul Radford says, can't believe Shipley's starting today, he looks shattered. A lot of the players are tired, in fairness. They've obviously had a lot of games. Congested fixture list going up to this. We've got nothing to lose here. Let's go. Is this an easy one for us? You know, one, if I lose, there's no pressure on us to start off. Obviously, you want to start off with a win. Maybe we'll get that new manager kick as well as we go into the first 10 minutes of my first game in charge of Salford. You can see there, Arsenal 2-0 against Rochdale. That's a bit of a mismatch. But with 15 minutes gone, we've had 3 shots, 2 on target. Huddersfield not doing too much. We've had 53% of possession. Huddersfield, I believe, in the league above as well. I should really have checked that beforehand, but I'm sure they'll be still going strong in the Championship. As they hit the bar, it's cleared off the line by McElney. As they hit the post, and he gets it cleared away. We've dodged a bullet there, but yeah, 30 minutes gone, it's still 0-0. As Arsenal 3-0 up against Rochdale, Barnsley 1-0 against Cambridge, but yeah, Arsenal, that's game over there already. 4-0 in the first 30 minutes. As there's a highlight then on 43, Morris with the ball in, Turnbull is cleared away. Huddersfield find himself in possession and we're not pressing there. As Toffolo then, can we force an error as Pearson picks it up at the back and they're out? Ritstovsky, He's on the way. He's running and we're not stopping him. Just don't dive in and do anything silly. As they go back to Pearson then. Plenty of time in possession. As Gallagher's through me two centre-backs. Can he finish it off? And he does. And it's a great finish from Sam Gallagher. He's got no right scoring, really. Both my centre-backs are close together. But he just muscles them off and he's got the pace to beat them. As we get to see it again, you know, that ball there. Gallagher, he muscles them off. Gets through the middle. Who is it that gets muscled? Blackmore. My goalkeeper's slow to come out. Tom King just not getting there. But right, you've been terrible so far. I don't think that's it. You've been unlucky so far. That's what I'm telling the guys. Tactically then, obviously I have got some tired players. So, what changes can I make? Conor McElney, he's tired. He's my left midfielder. I've got Jordan Flores who can go out there, so we'll bring him on. That's my one change so far. QPR 1-0 against Blackpool. Man City 1-0 against Brentford. Bristol City 1-1 with Sunderland. Bromley 1-1 with Walsall. There's plenty of other games going on as well as Newcastle 5-2 against Ipswich. But we've had 6 shots, 2 on target, still had 57% possession. We're holding Huddersfield here, but I think more changes need to be made. As Daniel Pitchford's going to go on up front, as Piggott hasn't really offered anything, and I've got one more change to make. Do I make another attack one? Opie Edwards is going to go on for Morris, so all my changes this time round have been attacking. That's what you want when you're a goal down, really, to be going for it. So shouts-wise then, I am going to demand more, as there is a highlight then. Phillips in possession. As we lose out then, Lavery. As we were pushing forward, we're now out of shape. As Pearson picks it up then to Longstaff. Odi Mayo to Edmonds Green. Right, we just need to watch that. Blackman is on a card. Blackmore, sorry, he's got a yellow, no Blackman. As there we go, Gallagher is through and he's put it wide. It's a massive miss. And it's still 1-0 somehow. As Barnsley 3-1 against Cambridge. QPR now 3-0 up against Blackpool. As we go into the final 5 minutes, there's not much more I can do apart from going very attacking and seeing if we can force something in the last 3 minutes. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen, and we go out of the FA Cup in the third round against Huddersfield. And what league are they in? They're actually in the same league as us. They're in third place there. So they have done us. So that was coming up against similar competition, and we lost out. So dressing room wise then, unlucky boys, it just was not meant to be. I would have liked a little bit of a cup run, but we've got no distractions. Now it's just the league to play for us. We're out the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. But Arsenal win 8-0 against Rochdale, you can see that there. And how the fans reacted then, Bailey Tisdale says O'Connor was useless, which is a concern. Mike McLean says Solver will take courage from their performance and look to move on from it. Yeah, it wasn't a bad performance. I got to see a couple of players, but there was no standouts for us there. In the league, then, there's been some games played as Bolton won 1-0 against Bradford City to move off the foot of the table as they were bottom when I took over. But as it stands then, we're still down in 8th place. We've got 2 games in hand on Plymouth. Like I say, they're yet to play another one. But we've got 3 games on Charlton and Lincoln, who are in 4th and 5th. We've got a real good opportunity to jump up into those playoff places, if not the promotion places, over the next couple of games. So Terry's win the battle at the John Smith Stadium. That's the headline. Salford defeating FA Cup third round. We've obviously got player fitness concerns all over the place. And that is it. So where are you going to join me next then? As obviously I've got league games coming up. We've got bits going on as well. But I think we come back at the end of January. Give me an opportunity to look at some of these players. Let's have a chat about them. Who's coming in, who's going out. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll come back for Fleetwood and Cheltenham at the end of January. So I'll get Crewe, Huddersfield and Doncaster out the way. So that's where you'll join me next then, guys. Obviously, like I've said at the start of this episode, we've left Portadown with a heavy heart. However, onwards and upwards as we take on Salford. So yes, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and I'll catch you later. Ta-ra.